I'm actually from Philadelphia, you know, right in the city. My family has been in the horse business, oh my gosh, I guess 50, 60 odd years, maybe longer.
Trainer Jordan Bullock has grown up around horses for most of his life.
They had a stable in North Philadelphia, 31st and Master. My aunt, my father, my aunt and uncle owned one of the largest boarding stables in Philadelphia.
Bullock didn't first grow up around racehorses.
We went to a lot of rodeos. I got bit with the horse showing bug when I was about 12. And I started showing horses and barrel racing and pole bending and stuff, and that progressed to riding reining horses in high school. I met a good friend, Matt Palmer, who's a world champion reining horse trainer. We hit it off, and he really, you know, put me in the game, and his family, you know, allowed me to go to different horse shows and stuff with them.
What lessons did Jordan Bullock learn early?
The biggest lesson I learned from showing horses was how to lose. You know, I was thought I knew it all. I studied. I mean, I was totally obsessed with being the best, and I studied the best, and I only wanted to ride with the best. And it's a rude awakening when you go to the big Coliseum and those guys are out there with the expensive horses, and you got a little backyard horse. But at the same time, you can learn so much from losing. You know, so I actually never really was upset when I didn't win.
Trainer Jordan Bullock was actually a famous TV star in Philadelphia.
My mother, who was my biggest supporter, Cheryl Bullock, she worked for Channel 17, and back in the early 90s they had a kids news show, Kid Time News, and I was able to get on the show. I was an anchor, and then eventually became like a writer for it, and then that progressed into another show, a spinoff, and we ended up being nominated for like a local Emmy Award. So that was pretty cool. But that was just like a little part of my life.
Bullock worked as an assistant for trainer Donald White. Donald White passed away earlier this year, but left many lessons he uses now in his career.
Don, with him, I really learned like the importance of like organization. We ran it pretty much like a machine. We tried to get as much done in a shorter period of time and be efficient when we did it. One of the things that he showed me was just like, you know, to get a routine and stick with that routine, and if it's not broke, don't fix it, was one of the things that he always said. And it was okay to make mistakes, because if I was making mistakes, at least I was trying. So, you know, that was one of the biggest things. And then another thing that he did also was he kind of kicked me out. There was one point where, you know, I got my trainer's license and I didn't tell him. I wanted to surprise him, but he knew everything. So he came to me and was like, you know, I hear you want to train horses. And I was nervous. I thought he was getting rid of me. And he's like, you're going to Delaware, you're set up, get your stuff. And within 24 hours, I was in Delaware, and I spent a year down there just kind of learning the ropes by myself before coming back to not work for him, but to work for Michael Moore for a short time, because he kind of punished me a little bit. But that was a great experience too, because I didn't realize that with Michael Moore, I would also learn a lot too to bring back to him.
What does it mean to be training on his own?
I'm very grateful, but I just always felt that I just needed an opportunity. And good horses, you know, good horses make good trainers. And, you know, I've had a few good ones here and there, but just the opportunity to train a really high quality animal allows me to kind of show my skill. I've always believed in myself, and like I said, I grew up underneath a horse. So it's just a matter of, you know, getting them to the races and giving me the chance.
Which horses does Jordan Bullock enjoy training most?
Since a kid, I've always seemed to get along well with fillies. My father always had stallions, and he taught me like how to handle them and be around them, and I do well, but for some reason I've always just been able to get fillies to run for me. I kind of have a bond with them. I like the ones that have the attitude, the ones that bite. I kind of like that challenge of dealing with them.
A young, up-and-coming trainer like Jordan Bullock, what does the future look like?
Over time, I mean, I just want to go as far as it can go. I mean, this is a dream come true. I've been dreaming about training horses all my life. So to be here now, it's like I really feel like I got to pinch myself every win. I mean, I'm grateful for every second, every third. Every time I see my name, I get, you know, in writing it, I get a little shiver. It's great, you know. So, but I mean, ultimately, because I'm from Philadelphia and because this is my home, I mean, I want one in the Pennsylvania Derby so bad. You know, and I sat and watched, and I've run horses on that day, and I just want to get dressed up and be a part of the dance and be there with the guys that I have been watching on television since, you know, since a kid.